Hi, the Smoking Elk here, and today we are cooking wood-fired oven leg of lamb with some roast potatoes. You may or may not have seen that I've recently had a new toy come into the shack, and it's this, the Amigo Ovens wood-fired oven. Now this is from their premium range, so it's double insulated. It's flued out the top of the shack, which means I don't have to worry about smoke. I've got this lovely diamond mosaic pattern on the outside and just so much space on the inside, and I have to say, I absolutely love it. Now, I always wanted a wood-fired oven. I always wanted a large wood-fired oven so I could do things like roast dinners in there. And the first thing I cooked on this was a leg of lamb with some roast potatoes, and it was the best leg of lamb, it was the best roast potatoes. So I wanted to recreate that for you guys today. Over the last hour and a half, I've been nurturing this fire, nurturing the oven, moving the fire around the oven to kind of charge the oven. So what I mean by that is you want a nice even heat on the bottom of the oven, on the floor of the oven, but also around the dome of the oven as well. So hour and a half, we start off with a small fire, gradually build it up, and I've just been moving that around from side to side, to the back, to the front, to kind of clear all the dark soot from the dome of the oven and get it ready to cook on. Now, this has been up to about 500 Celsius. It's now cooling down a bit. Obviously, if we put lamb and potatoes in there at 500 Celsius, they're going to be cremated in no time. So we let it come down in temperature, and I'm just going to let it keep ticking over with just a little split of wood every now and again. Keep a bit of flame rolling, especially for those roast potatoes to get the colour on there. So that's the oven, that's the fire. Let's talk about the dish. So the lamb, I kind of keep nice and simple. I like some Greek flavours on my lamb. So I've got this beautiful leg of lamb here from Philip Warren Butchers, as always. I'm always asked where my meat comes from. Philip Warren Butchers, you just can't beat them. So got this leg of lamb here, it's been nicely tied, nice and tight, and all I'm going to do with that is stick some scores in the skin to allow the marinade to get there deeper, but also to allow the skin to kind of get some nice little crispy bits, little charred bits on there. But first, the marinade. We've got some lemon, so I'm going to squeeze in the juice of a lemon just into a bowl, like so. I want this marinade to kind of be lemony, to be garlicky, herby, so we've got oregano and thyme. You also want a bit of earthiness in there with some cumin. So we've got all those kind of familiar spices that you might associate with lamb, but also with Greek food as well. So we're going to go with about 80 ml of olive oil in there. So in that goes. Cold olive oil, pain in the ass. We want some garlic in there, of course. So I'm going with 3 cloves of garlic, simple as that. And now on with our herbs and spices. A couple of teaspoons of thyme in there, oregano. I'm going to go in with a tablespoon of oregano. I love a bit of oregano on lamb, so about a tablespoon of oregano in there. And then, like I said, we've got earthiness of some cumin, so I'm going to put about a teaspoon or so of cumin in there, about a teaspoon of paprika. And then we just want some salt. It's a big joint of lamb, so a good couple of teaspoons of nice flaky sea salt in there. And lastly, some cracked black pepper. So in that goes. So we've got that lovely marinade there. Incisions in the lamb, I'm going to pop the marinade all over that lamb. Then the lamb's going to go and sit in the oven. The oven's probably going to be around about, we want it about 200 to 250 Celsius. If it's a little bit too hot, we just let it burn down a little bit. I want to take it out somewhere between 55 and 60 degrees Celsius for a nice medium. I like my lamb. We're also going to do some goose fat roast potatoes. So I've got a pan here that's going to go into the fire soon. Get that goose fat nice and hot. Got some parboiled potatoes that have been boiled for about 8 minutes and roughed up a little bit. They're going to go in there, bit of seasoning, some rosemary. So let's crack on with that. You sit back, enjoy the fire, enjoy the flames, and I'll see you again when the food's done. Welcome back. I hope I didn't lose you in the fire too much there, but here we are. This is the fruits of our labour. I say labour, there's no labour involved whatsoever. Just sitting there, with a lovely fire going on. You can hear your lamb sizzling away, you can hear the fat sizzling away with the potatoes. It's just wonderful. Now, don't worry if your oven gets a little bit too hot and you start to get a bit too much colour on your lamb. You can always just tent it in a bit of foil. I've done that for about 20 minutes during the cook, just tented it with some foil. But the good thing about that is all the juices sit in that foil, and when you unwrap that foil, you can pour the juices into the goose fat, and that's going to just join the goose fat in making the best, most incredible roast potatoes that we've got here. So the lamb's come out, it's around about 60 degrees, which is going to be a lovely medium. Smells great, looks great. Let's just slice in and see how we've done, shall we? That is exactly how I want my lamb. It's blushing slightly, it smells incredible, it's tender, the roasties are crispy. It's been a delight cooking in my Amigo Ovens wood-fired oven. Like I said, wood-fired roasties are the best, wood-fired lamb is the best. So, smells incredible, it looks incredible, hopefully it tastes incredible. I'm the Smoking Elk, thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget, follow me on Instagram and head to www.smokingelk.com where I advertise my barbecue classes. So, hopefully see you on one of those. Hopefully I'll see you soon on one of my classes. Happy days.